Hello and welcome back to II, videos about hardware, software and anywhere. This video will be all about the software using the hardware on the 386/486 motherboard. I'm going to get the new old network card up and running. I'm going to do some system checks. I'm not going to benchmark the video graphics yet because I somehow killed my 128 kilobyte cache memory during the cleaning process. Still, I have no idea how this happened. Could be
Somehow I fucked up my cache memory, so I don't have any cache memory. So if I set it to both, so it thinks it has internal and external cache memory, but I don't. So we'll save these settings and you'll see what will happen. This happened when I first booted it up after the whole rebuild. But cache memory bad. Do not enable. And yeah, it's painful. Yeah, we have to fix the cache memory. I'll do that another time. I'm also gonna skip a lot of VGA graphics tests, speed tests, because they do not count because they don't have the cache memory. The cache memory makes it a little bit better. The video card is bad already. It doesn't increase your frame rate at all. It's not a VGA card for 3D graphics and stuff like that. It's not for those kinds of games. Not all. Some, and I'll show you which ones. It runs pretty good.
so for this video, the cache memory is disabled. I ordered 8 new 32 kilobyte cache memory chips. I'm hoping the tech chip of my cache memory is still okay.
Now, how much do we have left actually? I don't know. This one. Slash. DIR. 5 megabytes. Oh boy. We have to remove something first. We have to remove some games.
Games I have are Maniac Mansion, Snipes, Armor Alley, Montana. Hi, this is Joe Montana. Welcome to Joe Montana Football. Blockouts, Biomenace 1, Crime Wave, Wolfenstein 3D, Cruise for a Corpse, SimCity, Doom, Day of the Tentacles, Dune 2, Jazz Jack Rabbit, Great Courts 2, and Commander Keen 4. But wait, there's more. If you look at the abbreviations, you'll probably find out what it is.
Kill your darlings. I have to remove Jazz, IndyCar, and Goblins. F8. Include subdirectories. Delete. All. Wow. I could listen to that sound all day long. The hard drive resonates through the whole case. It's such a nostalgic sound. Where is it? I'm also going to remove... Yeah, Sim Farm. It's a large game. Look at that. After removing some games, I now have 55 megabytes.
So first, for the last time, connect the computer to my Windows Vista PC with printer port and copy the network programs plus some games to my 386 with Norton Commander link option. Check out my other video where I did this and gave a bit more detail on this parallel printer port connection.
The slave. So I'll first connect the master and then the slave, and we're in. Now we're going to add some stuff. I now have still this setup with system and then drivers and tools. I'm going to change that to plain drivers and utils. First we have drivers. What are we going to add? We're going to add the mTCP and the SMCP driver. That's the well, it's also a driver. This is the and the OAK deck. So we do F5, I think, copy, and include subdirectories. Copy, let's go. And we're done.
Let's check the size. Info. We still have 46 megabytes left.
And this is C drive. I also going to do all the benchmark tools. Let's check it and dust bench.
We need a packet driver for our network card. So the best thing you can do is just search on the internet, Ultra Chip, and then the type. Let's add SMC. And then of course Vogons comes in here. This is not the one I was looking for. Let's say we also add drivers. This is also a good site, FCCID.org. And this one escorts you to this web archive. And this is what we need. The Ultra Chip is part of the Elitegroup series. So if we head to that archive, if it's still alive, I think so. And it's at the top. So is this. What do we need? We could download a diagnosis program. So we take that one. Save file. We go back. We need the easy setup so we can configure the card if some settings are set wrong for our setup. We need the GES122. Again, going to the next. Download, save file. And as last, we need the packet driver. And it's the GPK115. Save file. Now, another thing, we also need our mTCP tool. We just type in mTCP. So let's type in, he's the creator, at least, I think so. So here we are. And good news, everyone. There's a new version available. What's included into this version is the net drive, device driver, and source. It's now also available in this main list. Here it is. So what do we need? We need the latest version. We also need a documentation. That's always a good thing. Here are the standard binaries, applications, and sample files. So we need this one. Download that. And also download the PDF. Oh yeah, that's nice. So what I need to read is FTP server and client. How to set that up. So we're complete now. We have everything we need. Here are some GitHubs. Oh, also videos. If you look on the internet, you can also find the exact PDF with the manual of the Ethernet card, the Elite 16 series. Here we have our version. This is a nice IRQ level list. What is usually set up on an XT or AT. Now here's the easy, a few examples. easy/RQ colon 5 space /RAM colon C8000. So it will set these two parameters in the configuration of the network card. Well, that's the manual. What do we have now? We have the diagnosis file, the easy setup file, the packet driver. We have documentation of the network card itself, and we have the mTCP. We also need the samples with sample.cfg, but that's all for later.
To get things working, we first have to add command lines to the AutoAccess.bat.
In the path, I still have everything in C:\system\drive and C:\tools. But I'm going to change that. I'll first add the commands and then I'll change everything.
After the drivers, yeah. And we have to say LH, of course. So it will be LHC drivers GPK115 0x60. That's the packet driver that we need to, and then we need to set mTCP CFG equals drivers slash mTCP slash mTCP.cfg. Save. And now I'm gonna do the whole switcheroo. Okay, I changed everything. So we now have a folder called drivers and a folder called utilities. There's no sys anymore. I'll show the files. I've now added everything into the configurations. We'll do reboot and we'll see. I'll plug in the Ethernet cable and let's go. It did some configuration. I don't know what it did, but it created something. Stupid of me. The file name gkp115.exe, it was an installer. So what I just did is call the installer and install everything in OX60, and inside here are all the files. So I'll first have to read the release or the installation doc. So here it is. We don't need this switch here. We're just going to change our command line into PKT 8000 OX60. I changed the packet driver line with the correct one. I now put the real packet driver into the drivers folder, and it's the pkt8000.com. So first save, exit, and then we'll do resets. Here we go. Oh, it misses net drive. Bingo! Packet driver for SMC has been established. I downloaded the latest version of the mTCP. That means that the net drive is also included in that installation. So net drive is now in the same folder as mTCP. And it's the latest version. It's from 10 January of 2025. So that's good. I'm gonna copy sample.cfg to c/drivers/mtcp/mtcp.cfg. This should do the trick. The final piece is I have to make a link or a path for the DHCP. Next try. Request sent attempt 1, timeout. But it's searching, so timeout 2. Oh boy. Hey, your DHCP server never responded and no packets were seen on the wire. Check your cabling and packet driver settings, including your hardware IRQ. So maybe we need to change the settings of the network card.
Let's install the GEZ122. That's the installation program for the software for the SMC8216 network card. So we go into the SMC8216 directory. Launch GEZ122. And it unpacks 3 files. Let's open up the documentation and see what is... this is the EC setup. Here we can find the information we need.
I changed the setup of the network card. I changed the IRQ. And I changed the network connection because it's 10 base T. That's the Ethernet output. If we do a reboot, we'll see what happens if I use DHCP. Probably the reason he can't find the ES1868 is it is in conflict with the printer port. That's also IRQ7 DHCP. Let's see what happens. Hey, bingo. Good news, everyone. And again, it's the Crushinator. Now it's finally okie dokie. So we can connect it to the internet or to my network. Last time I tried NetDrive, I could do that again. But this time I want to try FTP. I'm going to use this one as an FTP client. I want to see if it can actually talk to my Windows 10 FTP. That would be cool, right? Just use a daily new FTP server and try to connect it with this new FTP client for DOS. We can now unplug the printer port. If everything's alright, it shouldn't need it anymore. Come on, get out. Let's see. The network card, it's working. Yeah, I like this.
Let's first test the network with NetDrive. See previous video. I get the same error message as last time, but I don't think I mentioned it in that video.
Your MTU setting of 576 is below the minimum required of 1200. Please update your MTU in the mTCP config file. We need to change the MTU to at least 1200. Open. Drivers, mTCP, and go into the configuration, and here it needs to be uncommented. Save, exit, do it again. I should make a batch file of this. Typing this every time is not very... And we're connected. Let's go to the D drive. Yeah, here we have our games on our puzzle. DIR. Humans too. Okay.
Network connection test done. Now time to move over to FTP. I'm not going to show you how to set up a FTP server on Windows 10. There are a lot of videos on YouTube to show you how to do that, so I'm not going to bother you with that. You need to turn on Windows features, IIS to be able to configure your FTP. You need FTP server, and then you need to create an account. You need to first add a user. But you don't want to use an email address, you want to use just a local user. So there's a lot of setup you need to do before you can actually use FTP on Windows 10.
First we make connection to the internet, and I opened up an FTP server on my Windows 10 system, and we're going to access it. First DHCP. And we're in. Let's type we created an account called Wicked 386. Password required, of course. Let's do directories. Wow, look, I've added some games and some software I want to try out. We have commands like get and put and delete, so we can move around files from the FTP over to my system. Now, first we do quit. I think that's the quit command. Yes, and goodbye. Nice. So it works. I have FTP server now running, and I can reach it with my FTP client command.
I created all these directories on the FTP server, but that's not practical. I zipped each folder now. This way I can get zip files or RAR files and then decompress them on the 386 PC. Then I discovered I didn't have any unpacking software on my 386 PC. So let's first get those from the FTP server.
So this mget. We only have to add this. Yes. 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 With ls you only get a list. What else we can do is we also have OAK Win31 drivers and make directory OAK Win OAK check, and then we do OAK Win 31.zip to drivers slash OAK Win minus D. You never know. You see that? If I rename the 350 to INF, it should be alright, so we'll do that. So here we go. OEM set up dot INF. Now we say okay. So now we have an OEM setup, and it should think it's the disk. We're going to do it directly. So we're going to try VGA. It's really cool if I could get this to work. C OAK Win and OK. Hey, yes. We'll go one higher. We'll do 800 by 600. All machines. Just try it. And then say OK. Oh no. Oh boy. I need my Windows 3.1 disks.
If I want to install OAK video card drivers for Windows 3.1, I also need the Windows 3.1 installation diskettes.
CD Win3_1. Here we have the disks. These are the real disks I always use, but I thought I would do it in one try. Now we do mget again. This is a very powerful tool. and we say start.zip, and that's it. And then we say yes. Complete. Then do quit. So now we have these disks.
Next thing I want to do is do a scan disk of the system. This hard drive is still in good shape after all these years. After this, run Check It just to look at some specs. I'm going to try and install OAK VGA drivers for Windows 3.1, but first I unzip the first 6 Windows 3.1 diskettes to the prompt in the folders Win1 to Win6.
Let's go into Windows. I want to see if I can do it with 6 disks. Yeah, I think it should be possible with 6 disks. Here we have the Windows setup. VGA, and we're going to change that to VGA Advanced. So we do first C drive, drivers, OAK Win, and here we have the options. I want to go for the highest, that's this one, 1280 by 1024, 16 colors, 16-bit. So I press OK, and here, OK. And it asks for disk 1. So I put them in C drive on the disk Win 1. And 2. He needs disk 2. So I said 2. Oh, place the OAK Technology Windows 3.1 driver disk. So we have to do that one again. It said disk 2, but I used disk 1 and it found the file, so that's also weird. That's drivers, OAK Win. Oh boy. Windows restart. Ooh, no. Oh. Well, it's trying real hard, but can we see a cursor? Ah, this is too bad. Yeah, we have to exit. Alt F4. And then say enter. So I should have made a backup of my Windows startup INF. So that was pretty stupid. Let's check out what files he did change. He changed the windows.ini. These even the windows.com. That's hefty. the Win system.ini. Maybe we can reset something. I have a backup of the whole 386 system, so I could also set it back completely. So it must have added all kinds of stuff here, you would think, but I don't see anything.
Let's take a look at the content of some of the INI files that were altered by the installation. During the installation, a lot of fonts were added from the Windows 3.1 diskettes. I didn't mention that.
8514/A resolution. Small fonts has been changed. Symbol. They all have this new type. And the old name was VGA resolution. And now it's 8514/A resolution. But that's only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fonts. The rest is still the same. So that's changed in the win.ini. And let's check out the system.ini. Oh, here of course the 386 grabber. No, it's still the same. VGA color 2 group is also the same. VGA. Oh, here fixed font is 8514 again. It's the 8514, and fixed font was VGA fix. Display driver VGA 120 1280L. Oh yeah, here it says display OAK VGA 16 color. I have to play with that stuff. Display DOK VGA. Those are the new drivers. I think that's just all that's been changed. And then procman. Oh, here, display driver. That's an easy one to fix.
I'm going to overwrite the files that were changed with my backup files and restart Windows 3.1.
I created a folder called Windows Backup, Win Backup, and then we're going to do, then we do mget start.grp. Those are the groups. Then we have asterisk ini, and we have a .com file, the original windows.com. win.com. Let's copy Windows all. Let's go into Windows. Wow. We're back. Now we have to try something else. Let's do... I want to have better graphics. So, what does it do? Maybe the 16-bit was a bit too much. So we'll try one more time. And we have the C drive, drivers, OAK, Win. And then we say all machines. And then we say okay. Go ahead. And it says Windows Disk 1 OAK Win. Continue. So it is now 800 by 600, 256 colors, all machines. This still bugs me, but let's do it. Let's do reboots. Oh boy. Wow. Look at this. Yeah. It's a lot slower. Hey, the colors have changed. Yeah, it's a lot slower. That's too bad. But it's actually quite cool. Cards. Let's do the robot. Boy, it's really loading. That's cool. So I'll keep this. It's pretty cool. The background. Windows logo. I'm not sure what this does. Oh, wow. Bricks. The leaves, leaves are also cool. But it's not autumn. But I like this one.
So if you would like to upgrade your old Windows 3.1 resolution, it's possible. Just make sure you have the Windows 3.1 installation disks available, the drivers for your video card for Windows 3.1, and don't forget to make a backup of some Windows 3.1 files before you test it out. Let's test the 5.25-inch floppy drive.
I have a box here, and this is a box filled with unused floppy disks, the 5.25-inch ones, and there are a few that do have information on them, and that's this one, Star Programs Giant Bear. So maybe this is some kind of, I don't know what it is, but I want to try this disk and see if there's still something on it, and if my disk drive is still working. The B drive, that is. Yes, I put it in. Close it, and let's say B. Fail, retry. Oh boy. Fail. So it didn't work. Let's do the other one. There was another disk in here that had some info on it. Maybe this green one. I have a green disk. This is green. Can you see it? Yes. And let's try again. B drive. Retry. Oh boy, this is not working. Fail. Nope. Again, no results. I think there's something wrong with the drive. Fail. Fail. C drive.
Okay, that's enough for this video. It's a bit longer than I expected. I also wanted to test the different VGA resolution modes for DOS with this video card, but that's for part 2. I got new cache memory chips in the mail. I'm going to test those and then also show some benchmarks. Subscribe to my channel if you like to, and thanks for watching. Bye.